Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're joining me from. Thank y'all again for stopping by the live stream. Is a new life overseas worth dying for? Stories from the grave. That's going to be our topic today. Of course, this is your live stream. We can talk about anything you want to talk about. Just put it over here. I'll try my best to get to it. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Elect on here. I'm pretty sure Jacob Tanje is going to be here. Michael Beecher Life is on his way back to the States, so he won't be on the live stream today. Welcome to my old heads. There's Jeffrey Tatter. I see you, brother. Doubtful Genius. He said, congrats on the finish, Cal. Does everyone that run and finishes get a sign like that to remind them that they ran? You appear to be the only one holding one. That sign belongs to the race, Doubtful Genius. And everyone who wanted to had the opportunity to hold it up and take a picture. Basically all it was. Franklin, what's up? He said 5 kilometers in his heat is impressive. Yeah, we started early, dog. It initially was supposed to start at 5:30, but by the time they got through with the prayer and everything, it was about 6. So it wasn't too bad. The peso 56.31, man. It's going up. I don't understand. But let me finish with my shout outs to any new viewers and subscribers joining the live stream for the first time today, and anybody joining the live stream on replay. You know, I've done a lot of live streams, man, but I think this is one of my most important because everybody, well, I'm not going to say everybody, I'm not going to generalize, but a lot of people watching this live stream have dreams of jumping off the hamster wheel, leaving the rat race, and seeking greener pastures out there or out here somewhere overseas. We're not just going to talk about the Philippines and America. These tragedies we're going to talk about today happen all over the world. They happen every day. And it's just something that we need to talk about from time to time. We're not going to stay stuck on the problem, though, because I've got some solutions. I've got my 10 commandments for staying alive overseas. I'm going to give it to you. W Secrets to Success at Cal. You need to put that back out there, man. Those 10 commandments are real important. A lot of good information. But the first story I want to talk about, I actually shared it in my community page. But you guys, man, y'all don't read. If I would have had something from y'all, all I got to do is put in a book or something, an article or something. You'll never find it. But this is the story, and these first few stories, they all have the same thing in common. They're looking for a better life. That's all. And this young lady, her name was Benny Lynn Burke from the Philippines, had moved to Scotland in search of a new life for her and her daughter. She gets there and she seeks love and romance too, so she signs up on Filipino Cupid and meets this sick bastard on there who has no intention of ever dating her or entering into a relationship. His number one goal is to kill this young lady. She was 25 at the time. So she took the 2-year-old daughter with her. He killed them both and buried them in concrete. But before he did that, the ornery bastard sexually assaulted the 2-year-old baby. See, this is a story from the grave. Nobody's speaking for these ladies. I don't give a damn who the killer was. I'm not gonna mention his name. But Benny Lynn Burke, see, she's the only name that matters in this story. Nobody's gonna talk about it. None of these Filipino vloggers. They need to put these women front and center as a lesson, man, to some of us. And remember, I'm not gonna stay over here in the Philippines. I'm going to be all over, man. You're going to see this is a problem. And it's not just on dating sites, man. I was reading a report, and I'm going to have to put it in here because you guys aren't going to believe this. From January 1st, 23 to February 15th, 2023, 75 foreigners died in Thailand in road accidents. 79% on motorcycles, 70% men, 30% women in a 45-day span. In 2022, 551 foreigners died in Thailand from road accidents. So it doesn't have to be some sick person you meet online that can destroy your new life overseas. You could be the reason, or some drunk driver or whatever it is. But those numbers jumped out at me. I was like, wow, that's a lot of people dying. And you probably didn't even know it. Majority of these cases you've never heard of, man, because I believe they had them. They don't want you to know. TJ347 said, listen, guys, I'm not pushing no wheelchair. I'm sorry. Absolutely. That's me. That 18 to 80 blind, crippled, and crazy, that goes for Filipinas. That don't count for me. I'm not, nope. If, I've seen Filipinas date foreigners who are crippled, disabled, paralyzed, but I'm not part of that group, TJ347. I'm sorry. And I'm not sorry. I mean, call me shallow if you want to. If you paralyzed from the neck down, your pussy don't work. I ain't got no, I'm sorry, I don't have any use for you. You're useless in my book. Hey, Roger Walker, good morning, brother. Good afternoon, wherever you're coming from. There's Xavier. I didn't forget you, brother. I tried to call you last night on your WhatsApp because I thought you had called me on WhatsApp. See, I can't call you overseas. I don't have that sort of plan over here, but I did try to call you back. So yeah, we'll talk after this. We'll talk after this. But yeah, a lot of people are dying on the road over there. That's why I never drive over here. The very first time I ever came to the Philippines, man, I knew then and there the very first day I would never drive over here. And to say that, and they say in Thailand it's worse. The road is worse. Because then, if you're coming from America where I live, the driving is on the other side of the road. How many times did I almost get run over last year when I visited Thailand? Looking the wrong way for the traffic. But yeah, this young lady's life was destroyed by some guys she met online, man. See, here's the thing. Your banco. What's her cheers in there, booby? Shut the door. She said banco. I don't understand that really, but I know she said that's Basaya. That means cheer. Yeah, this young lady, this is why I tell you that Filipinos get lucky. When they meet a man online who's a good man, who does what he says he's going to do, doesn't mistreat her, takes good care of her, she's lucky. Because listen, guys, these women, when they go online, and this is just online, this isn't when you finally meet her. She's playing Russian roulette. We're playing Texas Hold'em, because we got the royal flush. It's a serious deal for them. I would hate to be a Filipina having to reach down in that cesspool. That's the dating sites today and try to pick out a man. You're getting very, very lucky, man. Some of these stories are sickening. And I won't even talk about all of them really because this story, for him to kill her and her little daughter, the little daughter was innocent, man. It just shows you what's out there. But we take it for granted. Yeah, we take it for granted. Yeah, he said, hey, can't believe Cal's is 60. I thought he was 40-something. No, I'm 60, man. I'm proud of it too, James. Thank you, brother. Because I tell you, a lot of people in my neighborhood, man, they don't make it to 60. And the ones that do, they've had strokes. They're not in a good shape. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? Sam Champion. What's up, R68 DVR? Yeah, but this next story is another Filipino. Then we'll leave, because it's not just women, man. It's men too that are victimized. I believe more men are dying overseas than women. I have to look that up. But I know in the instance in Thailand, there's more men expats dying than women. But this young lady, her name was Susanna Ramarta from the Philippines. Okay, here's what's her dream. This side starts out the article about her murder. It says she had a dream of moving to America, finding an American husband and settling down for a better life. Yeah, that's what her dream was. Hey, Carlos Rodriguez, thanks for that super sticker. But here's what happened. 13 days after arriving in America, 13 days, she filed for divorce. Her husband was impotent. Thanks, TS347, for that super sticker. He was abusing her, so she moved out and moved in with that Filipino support group that's over there in America. They were in Seattle, Washington, somewhere in Seattle. And she was going through the divorce proceedings, and then they went to court, her and her two friends. By this time, she was pregnant. She had another boyfriend, and the man somehow got a gun in the courtroom, and he killed her and her two friends and the unborn baby. Now, there's a Filipino consortium up in Seattle, Washington. And here's what the lady said about, because he met this woman through a mail order bride service. See, but in 1990, the Philippines outlawed mail order brides. But that's not going to stop anything. They changed the name to Pen Pal. Then it just evolved into these dating sites. It's the same damn thing, guys. Don't let that fool you. Don't let the name fool you. It's the same thing. But here's what she said about the men who use those mail order bride services and pen pal services and now dating site services. She says the men who use these dating sites, I'm just saying dating sites. She said these mail order services are losers. They're socially and physically unattractive with male chauvinistic attitudes. Most of them have histories of abuse or some type of physical disability. This is what she said. I believe she hit it on the nose, man. She hit something there. But all the dating sites is just these same mail order bride type situations. You just don't have a physical paper. You're online. But he killed this woman, man. Because what he wanted in the divorce, he said, just give me $17,000. That's what I spent to bring you over here and take care of you for the time you've been over here and all of this and all that. Of course, she didn't have it. Okay? But yeah, he killed this woman. But Republic Act 6955, it banned mail order brides, but they didn't stop them. They said, well, let's get creative. Let's call them dating sites now. He says, I remember that. Yeah, tragic. Yeah, Seattle, right. He said, bad court security there. I would say, U.S. Patriot said, Calvin's telling the truth of the dangers of driving in the Philippines. Don't let the Dumageddon passport bros tell you differently. It's extremely dangerous. Well, hell, they're saying it's more dangerous in Thailand than the Philippines. I'm like, well, and I'm going to tell you what. I almost got run over at least 3 times, man. You can ask Eric Terry. He was over there with me, man. But the women in the Philippines and places like this who go online to try to find love and romance or just a come up, man, they're playing Russian roulette. And don't ever let them tell you they're not. They are, man. It's just a cesspool of applicants out there, man. And they just have to stick their hand in that mess and pull out something, and they get lucky. But some women, as you see right now, they're not getting lucky. But remember, guys, it's not all women. Let me show you something here, okay? And it's not only in the Philippines. 3 men were arrested in Thailand for the murder of a British expat and his Thai wife. They were given the death sentence, by the way. And it was the woman's brother who killed the man. He's over there, retired petroleum engineer, living his best life, taking good care of her and her family. But the brother gets smart and says, oh, I'm going to kill him to take possession of his belongings. So he had them both killed. Well, they're facing, they were given the death sentence. Okay, here's another story from Cebu. It's a lot of stories from Cebu, guys. This is what really shocked me. There's a lot of Americans and foreigners getting killed in Cebu, more than they're telling you. But this particular one happened in August of 2009. An American, George Harold Bugnowski, he was married to a Filipino woman and was found dead in his apartment in Lapu-Lapu City. Now, here's where it gets shady. 300,000 pesos inside of a cabinet in his room was missing. His wife comes in and finds his body. He got robbed in his house. See, somebody knew he had that money in there. And this is part of my 10 commandments when I'm going to talk to you about. Keep your circle small over here. It's okay to socialize with other expats and Filipinos, but keep your circle small as far as who you really telling your business to, who you sharing your business to. That's one of my 10 commandments of staying alive overseas. Yeah, but it looks like this wasn't the case. A lot of times when you hear about foreigners dying overseas, it's an inside job, man. Most of the time, because robbery is always a motive. Here's another American, was Timothy Wilson. And these are young guys. He's retired from the Navy. This was March 2016. He was found burned to death in a burned out car. His wife was brought down to identify the charred remains. She couldn't identify. They had to use dental dental work to recognize him. Come to find out, it was one of his acquaintances, an Australian suspect whose car it was, he was found burned up in. Come to find out, he owed the guy owed him 500,000 US dollars. So I guess he figured it'd be cheaper to kill him. But he was caught on camera right before the murder going buying some damn gasoline. See, you don't know who you're dealing with over here, man. You know, is a new life overseas worth dying for, man? These are stories from the grave because they can no longer speak. I got to speak for them today. This may be one of my most important lives I've ever done because y'all not listening, man. All y'all want to listen to is this sugary stuff. Oh, what a Filipino wants, what she likes, what she don't like. Man, it's a real life out here. And you better wake up or you're going to find yourself dead. July 2011, 3 arrested in connection with the murder of a Canadian in the Philippines. Darcy Hans Rutenberg was living in Cebu City, right? And then what's it say? His decomposing body was found buried beneath a cement floor in a pig pen. Robbery was the motive. All of these guys come over here in different places, man, seeking a new life. They want to jump off that hamster wheel, leave the rat race behind, and look for greener pastures. It's commendable, man. I take my hat off to you for doing that. But a lot of times, man, you have to ask yourself, see, there's no right or wrong answer to this. I'm just asking you, the people who are thinking about doing that, is a new life overseas worth dying for? Only you can answer that question. These people, every last one of these stories, there's hundreds of them, man. There's thousands of them. If you just take the time to Google, just Google expat dies in Vietnam, expat dies in Indonesia, expat dies wherever around the world. You're going to see somebody's dream come to an end from some of these slime balls out here, man. But y'all not listening. Your attention is in the wrong place. Sometimes it's just meeting the wrong person. Being in the wrong place at the wrong time, which we can't do anything about that, but meeting the wrong person, yeah, you can do that, man. You know, here's another headline. Security guard who killed an expat Japanese woman in Jakarta, Indonesia, could face the death penalty. At least 19 foreigners died violently in Medellin, Colombia in 2021. American resort owner in Malboal, Cebu, is killed by the mayor's bodyguard. He's putting up a sign. He owned the Philippine Dive and Tours. The mayor comes back and says, "How you got to take that sign down?" They start arguing. They start fighting. Come to find out, the mayor owned the resort too. They were competitors. They were rivals. And the bodyguard shot him and killed him. These are crazy stories, man. So many of them, man. I just got tired of writing them down. It was too sad. 54-year-old British dad, Steve Bush, friends say he was a fun-loving guy who was killed for falling behind on his rent in Vietnam. Yeah. But all we're thinking about is the good stuff. We're not even preparing for a life overseas. You guys act like you're going on vacation. You're not. You're coming here to start a new life. It's a whole lot more that you got to take into consideration than just a damn vacation. Hey, Sammy. Yeah, he said I said something similar myself. The ladies on something. Yeah, this Filipino. Don't you know that these women, even though they don't have YouTube channels, they're out here spreading the word to their fellow women over here and saying, "Hey, look, be careful who you meeting online. There's some dangerous characters out there." And a lot of guys you are meeting, it's a wonder Filipinos always ask all those damn questions. They're trying to vet you the best they can. Okay? Bragg Jam Rock says, "I read the story about Ben and Lynn, such a sad story. But it's so many stories like that. It is a sad story. She goes to Scotland seeking a better life for her and her daughter. Ends up meeting a scumbag, man. This guy was the lowest on the planet Earth on Filipino Cupid. I didn't say that. It's in the article. Less than a month later, this woman's dead. And the baby. And the sorry bastard buries them in cement. You know, sexually assaults the 2-year-old. He said, "What's with all these guys getting married?" See, that's what I'm saying. But the Filipina, in her attempt to get out of, to escape her miserable situation, they get in a hurry too, man. And sometimes, man, you know, it costs them their life. For us, we may be out of a couple of $100, maybe $1,000, but to them, it's all on the table, man. They're putting it all out there. And if more women would come forward, man, you would be shocked, man, what's going on out here, guys. You just wouldn't believe it. But this guy, he loaned his friend, the Australian guy, $500,000. The guy said, "Well, hell, it's cheaper to kill him." But he didn't cover his tracks, guys. So yeah, I'm pretty sure they caught him. But let's see a couple more of these sad stories before we get to the solution. Okay. October 22nd, 2022 says mysterious death of an American man, 56, in Colombia worries the officials. Nicholas Flats of Springfield, Massachusetts, was found dead in his apartment. Residents who had befriended him became worried. They hadn't seen him in weeks. They don't know how he died, But is a new life overseas worth dying for? Guys, you got to answer this question to yourself. Why are we taking these dating sites for granted? Some, people, you get pushed back. Oh, nothing's 100% safe. Then why are you acting like it's 100% safe? Putting all your information out there, trusting all these people. You're literally putting your life in their hands. Do you really think it's normal to come 8,000 miles to meet a woman just because you see so many other people doing it? That's not normal, man. But it is normal to move overseas to start a new life, look for greener pastures. But to go out on a date, to go 8,000 miles, it's not normal. The Filipino woman may be onto something. She said the men who use these dating sites, but she didn't call them dating sites. Back then, they were called mail order bride services, which same thing, it's just morphed into the dating sites, guys. It's the same thing. But the Filipino government in 1990, they outlawed, mail order brides. You know why? Because so many women were coming up killed in these countries overseas, abused. Let me show you something. Okay, mail order brides. 18 Filipinos were killed between 1985 and 1996 in Australia. That's crazy, man. This is the reason the government stepped in and said, hold on, we got to put a halt to this. Did you get it? Yeah. Are they going to deliver it?
Somebody's going to come over here and check where's the places before they're going to deliver.
What do you mean? But you already.
I already.
Okay. Yeah. 18. So they said, we're going to shut it down because, okay, a guy, and I thought he was lying, but it could be true after I did my research. He said, Cal, Filipino government is thinking about cracking down on these dating sites over there because of what's going on with their women. Overseas, men coming over here abusing them. Yeah. And I said, man, that's foolishness. And then I found this, Republic Act 6955, where they banned mail order brides because so many women were coming up dead. See, I've got to say that I play a part in that when I only talk about the good stuff over here. Any YouTube blog out there watching me, man, listen to this. You got to tell the 360, because when we tell the sugary stuff, the heavenly stuff, you're enticing these crazy people to come over here. And some innocent Filipino ends up meeting one of them. Or the flip side, they come over here and we place the man on a silver platter into some of these sick people over here, and they end up getting killed. Right up the street in Bacolod, 2021, the foreigner, 70 years old. He's living in the 5-star, housing subdivision, beautiful house, He was targeted, but they didn't kill his wife. She got away. I'm just saying, guys, it's another side to this that nobody's talking about. It's not all peaches and cream online, man. Or when you move overseas. Remember the American guy, what's his name? Tim Reed. He was looking for a new life, to start a new life in Colombia. Spent all that money buying that apartment building, what he thought. Shit. The minute he turned that money over, they mowed him down. They killed him, man. We trust the wrong people. See? But J. Curl says if you drop your guard, they will drop you hard. This woman might be on something, but see, I'm not going to advocate these dating sites anymore. I know it's easy. And a lot of the older guys who come to see me, I do tell them, and sometimes I help them set up a profile and stuff because they just not going to, they're just not going to say hello to anybody. But I'm going to tell the younger guys, that still got some faculties about them still, to grow some balls, man, and say hello to these women. They're not from outer space. They're very nice. They're very approachable. And you can see what you got face to face. You can read a person. But don't tell me you've been chatting with somebody for 2 years. That don't mean shit. Day one starts the day you see her in person. That's when your relationship starts. All that other stuff's out the window, man. And Laura says, not milk and honey. Now, this is funny you bring this up. The milk may be spoiled and the honey not so sweet. Okay. 3-time youth, well, they're not youth, young people, 17, 19, 22, charged with the murder. And this is this year, not even a month ago. Let's see. I don't know how long ago that was. It's not long. But anyway, they call it the honeypot murder. Said 3 arrested for the honeypot murder of a Chinese businessman. 17-year-old girl checked into the hotel with the businessman. Left the window open for the man. They come in, kill the businessman, take his Honda Accord. Listen to this. It's got a hat on him. I don't know if this is tradition or what. But they stole his brand new Honda Accord, 11 bank books, 5 ATM cards, 1 credit card, 2 passports, and a mobile phone. He owned several rubber wood factories in the country. He was already married to a Thai woman. Yeah, is a new life overseas worth dying for. They called this the honeypot murder, Laura. He was only going to, spend one night with the young girl. She set him up. The setup, guys. He said, you met your girl Jollibee. How sweet is that? Who did? Who met their girl Jollibee? And see, here's the thing. Some guy said, when I did my video, because some of you people are just ignorant. You don't listen. You just want to fight and argue. He says, I could be wrong, but didn't you meet Merlin online? I said, yeah. I said, if you watch the video, you'd have saw where I said, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never got online. Okay. I would have never got online. Don't think I'm some expert online. I'm fortunate that we're dating a culture that the women aren't that violent for real. Okay, she may cheat me out of a few $1,000s, but hell, when they go on the dating site, they're playing Russian roulette, man. Shit, we're playing Texas Hold'em. I really feel sorry for them a lot of times. And when you get into these stories and you start talking about other things that kind of shed more light on the Filipina and her circumstances, man, it'll make you think twice if you're a decent human being. But yeah, they call that the honeypot murder. Now, well, you're talking about something totally different, Vince. Like Laura said, no place is a utopia, man. He says, damn, Unc, after living here for a little more than a year, but you haven't lived here a year. You've been leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. You haven't stayed here a year. But even if you did, okay, he says, I realize it isn't all beaches and sunshine. No place is beaches and sunshine, but this is not what we're talking about, Vince. We're talking about is a new life overseas worth dying for. Stories from the grave. You still alive. You got a chance. You can leave and go somewhere else. These people can't leave anymore. They can't walk. They can't get up and walk from that grave. See, that's what we're talking about. See? So yeah, no place is a utopia, but you got to weigh it up. Where you were coming from to this place, which is better. If where you came from is better, then go back. If this is better, then stay here. Your situation is a lot different than a lot of men's situation over here. And then again, you're young, man. You're still young. Hell, you're in your 30s. Go over to Thailand. He's talking about the Manila graveyard. Well, that's because, some people, the wheel of life stopped and dropped them off here. And then in a different situation. Does that make us better? No. Does it make you better? No. Because you had nothing to do, Wayne Mitchell, with where you were born. Who you were born to, you got the luck of the draw, brother. Mr. Passport King, he said, Cal, did you say you were going to cover some possible solutions? Yeah, I am, but we have to talk about the problem because people don't listen. We have to get it ingrained in your head that Houston, we have a problem. All of these people dying, this is just a few people I'm bringing up. Okay, a young Malaysian mother, 22, is gone missing in Chiang Rai. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, in Thailand. This is now. And her mother fears her life is in danger. This is June 2023. See? But let me give y'all my 10 commandments to stay alive in the Philippines. Then I'll take some more of what you're saying. Number 1 is shut the fuck up and mind your own business. It's enough to take care of your own business over here, and you over here all in somebody else's business. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. That's number 1. Okay? What's he talking about? What tours, man? Nobody want no damn tours over here. The lady just said, when you use that kind of stuff, what kind of tours are you talking about? With these dating tours? You don't need a woman. You don't need that over here, man. Grow some balls and come over here and say hello to these women over here. That's the only kind of tour you need. I'm about to hot damn, what about the tours? You're on the wrong channel. We're advocating meeting women in person, not having you set up with a bunch of phony ass women in a damn hotel ballroom. You're playing 20 questions, man. Somebody, he don't realize I got 1,000 comments over here, and he keep on talking about a damn tour. What kind of tour are you talking about? A tour. Come on, man. But yeah, that's number 1. Number 2 is keep a low profile. And God says, hey, well, you got to, how can you keep a low profile, Cal? You got your vlogger over there. Easily, I can keep a low profile as a vlogger, okay? Guess what? You don't see me wearing all this expensive jewelry, all these clothes, and all of that, right? Big fancy car, big fancy motorcycle, flashing money. As an American, a vlogger, a foreigner, you're going to get enough attention as it is. You don't need to bring any more on you. So that's number 2. Keep a low profile. Number 3 is don't get into arguments with the locals no matter where you are. Don't do it. Especially don't embarrass, if you're in the Philippines, don't embarrass a man in front of his friends and family. You're asking for it. You're done. They don't argue over here. They're not like in America. We can argue. We'll argue for 30 minutes. Yeah, we'll argue for 30 minutes. And then the next day make up, man. You argue with the wrong person. You embarrass him in front of his woman, his family, and friends. That 2-man tandem is coming. Okay? You never know when. You never know where. You're going to They're going to know your routine. You're going to go pick up that newspaper like the German did in Manila. He done got into it with somebody. They knew his routine. Every morning he gets up, gets a cup of coffee, stops at that bakery and gets a newspaper, and they killed him. Number 4, don't lend or borrow money over here. Okay? Period. Yeah, them tours are just a money grab, man. You don't need them. It's all set up anyway. That's all it is. You don't need that. You already the damn diamond. What you need? A jeweler to sell the diamond that you are? That's all those guys are. Filipinos know a good man when they see one. Just come over here, grow some damn balls and say, hello, ma'am, I'm Calvin. I just got into the Philippines. Here's my phone number if you want to get together for lunch or something. Just something stupid like that. I know you're tired because you've been running around in my mind all day or something stupid like that. They're going to give you clues. I was going back and forth with a guy. He says, yeah, I agree with a lot of what you say, but when you said our balls get in the way, I have to disagree. He said, I don't want to be running around like a Neanderthal. You ain't got to run around like no Neanderthal. If you got a set of nuts and they still working, they're going to get in the way of your relationship. I'm in a daily fight with my balls. Okay. And it's a fight I have to win. I have to win the fight every day. I risk losing everything. See, but when you get over here and your balls are still working, you got these nice, attractive young women. A lot of them, are available to you. Me being in a position I am now, ladies basically throwing themselves at you. Yeah. I better, have some type of solution for that. Yeah, this is live. What's up, George Winbush? He said, hey, Cal, you're hot today. No, I'm not, man. That's just how I am. But he's hollering at me. He says, hi, damn, what about the tours? What tours? I don't have any experience with that. Those are really for losers, okay? When you got when you got to go on them type of tours, dude, you in big trouble. Okay, number 5. Keep your circle small. I just told you that. That's number 5. Keep your circle small. You can go out and you can, conversate with people and socialize. But when it comes to people really knowing your business, sharing your private information, keep it small, man. If not, you're going to pay a price. Know who you dealing with over here, man. Because a lot of times when you get into something overseas, it's an inside game. When the German foreigner last year, when him and his Filipino wife were robbed and killed, it was an inside job. It was the maid who tipped off her boyfriend and his gang that they had a safe in the house. So they break in and they kill the man because he ain't giving it up. So they tortured a woman to try to get the combination. And they end up killing both of them. It was an inside job though. So keep your circle small. Don't be a playboy over here. Don't be a playboy over here. Okay? That keeps you out of a whole lot of trouble. Or play girl. Remember, you don't know who's who over here. They speak in a language you don't understand. You don't know if they talking about you. They could be sitting there right in your face and talk about you, setting you up and everything like that. Don't be a playboy over here. Don't be a playgirl. You hurt the wrong person's feelings over here. I told you, you're going to be in trouble. Don't use or deal drugs. Okay? Don't use deal drugs. Now you say, oh, Cal, man, everybody knows not to do that. No, you don't. There was a guy, man, I was told he bought some weed over here, snuck some weed into the damn Philippines. I'm like, how foolish can you be? There ain't that much getting high in the world. People have an ongoing drug war over here. There's no telling how much time they'll give you for having some weed on you. You coming through. They're going to make an example out of you. It's not worth it, man. Get on a plane and go to Thailand. It's legal. He says a foreign affair has meet and greet tours with hundreds of women. It's in-person dating services. Okay, you don't like that idea, just question. Yeah, but you got to understand, you're screaming and hollering at me over there like I can answer every question. You don't realize I've got 1,000 comments over here. Remember at the beginning I said, I try my best to get to you, but it's not needed. Hundreds of women, a personal dating service. These are the same women on the dating sites. You're not getting no different. You're not getting anything different. They just bring the women on the dating sites to you in person. Who's to say that the best women are on the dating sites? More than likely, they're not a lot of times. But don't use drugs. Hey, Eric Powell, thanks, brother, for the super chat. He said, that's for the knowledge. I'm trying to share my boots on the ground experiences. Yeah, this is what I'm saying, guys. He said meet and greet tours like for a girl. Yeah, but he's supposed to scream and holler at me because I don't do that kind of stuff. I think it's a terrible idea. It's a money grab. It's for losers. I'm going on record now to say that the dating sites are for losers. All you got to do is come over here. Filipinos are very approachable. They're almost apologetic if they have to turn you down and say, oh, I got a man already. Okay, I get it. If you want to be a John, if you're only going to be here on vacation and you want, a good time for 2 weeks, okay, yeah. But if you come in over here, you're trying to live over here, you got all the time in the world. Just say hello to somebody. The more they see you, the more familiar they get with you. They'll start smiling. They'll even start conversing with you. But this is for guys who are in such of a hurry, and we end up meeting the wrong women. But yeah, guys, no land disputes. Somebody was on here talking about buying land and stuff like that, right? Over here. Well, before you give over any money or anything, you make sure that land is free and clear. I don't deal with mother deeds where, see, we were thinking about buying a little piece of land in Sapaway and building a little house over there, and instead of renting in Sikihor. But every person we talked to, they had a mother deed, where your deed is underneath, the main deed, and all these family members and stuff got to sign off on, man. Let me tell you something, man. If you don't hear nothing else, listen to this today. Most of the people you see getting killed in the Philippines, foreigners included, there's a land dispute involved. There's land involved some kind of way, man. They don't play with that over here. Okay. Don't be in direct competition with locals over here. Okay. Don't be in direct competition for their woman. You see what I told you about the American got killed in Marlborough? He's in direct competition with a local, basically taking food off the local's table. If you can do something that the Filipino can't do, or you can offer something the Filipino can't offer, or the Thai people, or the Colombians, or Brazilians, then why not? Well, why would you want to come into a country, set up a hot dog shop right next to the local's hot dog shop? Why would you want to do that? Okay? And guess what? People are going to say, oh, well, you can do it. It's illegal. It's legal. Well, yeah, it is legal. But it ain't intelligent. It won't keep you alive too long, because the minute you start succeeding at the expense of your competition, they're going to plow you down. I'm sorry to tell you. And finally, number 10 is this. Keep your mouth shut about politics and religion over here. It's none of your business. You don't pay taxes. You don't vote over here. That will get you in big trouble. Now, when I'm talking about bad about black women, what's he talking about? Watch this guy here. He keep, what about black women talking bad about us? I don't care what color you are. If you weigh over 200 pounds, I don't want you. And you stinking and, you don't know what size you wear. Everything is extra large. I don't want you. You got fake hair, fake nails, and everything like that. No, I don't want you. So, I really could care less. Yeah, never talk this, guys. Politics, religion, and finances overseas, no matter where you are. Because it's not just, if you listen carefully, okay, Japanese was killed in Jakarta, Malaysia missing in Thailand, British killed in Thailand. They've got the British got killed in Vietnam, Philippines and Scotland. It's happening all over the world. It's not just happening in the Philippines. It's not just happening in America. It's not just happening to women. It's happening to men more often than women. Yeah, stinking. He's talking about. What are they? Why are we talking bad about black sisters? I'm not generalizing, but I'm through. I was married to a beautiful black woman for 18 years. So I don't have anything to prove. Yeah, Calvin, that's a troll mocking the black men and women fighting points. Yeah, he's a clown. I know, man. Michael Henry says if it flies, floats, or fucks, rent it. He's a BBW. Yeah, I could be a big body white woman. A BBBW. Ain't that what that is? Whatever it is, y'all know my stance on big women. If I can't see your ankles, I don't want you. If I can't see your bone structure, if all you got is just if everything is like just flowing into everything else, your arms and your shoulder, you don't have a damn elbow, everything's just going into everything else, you don't have a neck, then yeah, you're too big for me. I showed y'all the picture of that woman, man, over here, by herself. He says, I like big wallets. Yeah, that's about it. But if it flows all into each other, I don't want it, man. And then, then they got the elephant pussy. You can't see the end of that. Even the back door's been blown out. Yeah, he said, BBBW. Yeah, man, y'all know I'm telling the truth over there. Cankles on the ground. That's what somebody said yesterday. He says, hey, it's a convenience, especially if you're alone and don't know anyone. Yeah, but it can be dangerous too, man. They set you up in those places. Yeah. But no, I'm through with the big women jokes today. Yeah, because that's a lie. He said Dunlop disease. Yeah, I don't know what they call that thing because my wife in America had it. She put on a pair of jeans and I'm like, she'll put, okay, you got the stomach, then the belt, then that little tube underneath the belt, then the legs. And I'm like, this is some crazy. And you see that all the time, you look like a pack of biscuits. You know how you pop open the damn biscuits That's how she looked. Like a damn, had a biscuit body. Yeah, I don't know what that was. That's what she looked like, man. A biscuit with a belt. He said, then she asked you if she looks fat in this. You want to say you look fat in every damn thing. You damn right. He said, so Scotty Boy posting his YouTube revenue is not a good idea. I don't know, man. You know, I don't think we have to do that, guys. Don't y'all realize they put the pressure on on bloggers in the Philippines to do that stupid stuff. Do you realize, okay, some of these channels, man, they get so much money, man. I mean, okay, look up the top super chat channels on YouTube. It'll blow your mind. So why are you picking on a little guy like me? You know, we're really small, man, in YouTube world. You got guys on here earning 10, 15, 20 million a year. Before they kicked Andrew Tate off, he had broke the bank. He had, discovered, he had figured the algorithms out, man. He was the most watched man on social media, certainly one of the richest. He didn't win all that money. All that money he has, he didn't get that from fighting MMA. He was a chump in MMA. That's all he was. Yeah, so she looked like a pack of biscuits. Pop open a pack of biscuits, then put a belt around it and a damn wig. That was my ex-wife. And then they want to wear these, they ought to outlaw a certain women. If you got that tube around your damn waist, whatever it is, they ought to outlaw you for wearing yoga pants. Yeah, I'm definitely against the tours. To be honest with you, yeah. I mean, but to each his own. It's your money. They're expensive, man. You don't need it. Yeah, that was my wife. Yes, well, she was a Michelin woman. But she had a cute face. And that's what the thing was. That's what attracted me to her. No, she's not watching this. And, but, I mean, the truth hurts, don't it? But I don't have anything against Black women, American women. They don't like me. If they like me, maybe I'd still be over there, because I was telling y'all before that I'm probably going to have my best relationship with a woman over there if I could find the right one. I just ran out of patience. That's what happens when you got a set of balls. A lot of your decisions aren't made for you. The balls is running the show. He says, you're my number, Cal. You're my number one, Cal. Well, thank you, Ellie. See, you're different, though. You're a real woman. A lot of women over there, they got these unrealistic expectations. He said, Cal, I told you, I'm 5'8". I'm not 6 foot. Yeah, I'm no longer attracted to overweight women either. No. See, here's what you don't know. That's right, a man's brain is in his pants. No. But here's the thing with y'all. Y'all really don't understand anatomy. You've got a set of balls. Those balls are going to control you to a certain extent. You can only fight them for so long. But this is your biggest sex organ up here. This starts the show, Wayne Mitchell. Okay? Yeah, I'm 5'8". He said, I'm with you on the leggings, man. Can I wrap my head around the manufacturers making clothes that big, that fit that tight, and the balls of those huge girls that wear them out in public? Yeah, but that's what they're pushing over there now. Just like and I'm not against this, remember that they're pushing stuff on you over there, and you're supposed to accept it. Well, I'm not. That's why I'm over here, because I can say that over here. I don't have to worry about getting counseled. You talk about big women over there, you're gonna get counseled. Like I said, if it all flows together, you're too big for me. When you can't see um, the bone structure. Yeah, unrealistic, man. Oh, okay, yeah, lost everything beneath his belly button. Now, let me ask you something. Is he the one that's married to the Filipino? Because I haven't saw the channel. And they could be lying, but some guy got on my live stream and says, yes, a white guy over here says he's paralyzed from his chest down, and him and his Filipino wife, they're happy. Yeah, right. Hey, Geechee Lions Journey said, Calvin, good day. As John Wells said to me, did not stay in America to die. I'm dying here, so why not get in a position to live? Click the like button. Kronos says, you are small. I bet you are not in the 7. Well, I don't need to be. If my woman has a 3-inch cervix, then why do I need a 7.5 to 12-inch? Stupid. I mean, y'all people are crazy. Kronos. He probably not even a real person. Yeah, he can't even move his head. Okay, he says the wheelchair can only move his head from the neck up. He can't even give the woman head. You got to have some type of shoulder move or something to give a woman head. That's why they call it head. You got to move your head. But they're happy, and it's bullshit. Yeah, she's happy because she's getting that pension and probably got that damn better life and everything like that. Hey, W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, late to the check, Cal. He said, what's your opinion on that road rage guy in the bus? Oh, he's a damn fool. Me and Marilyn were watching it together. And Marilyn said, one thing foreigners need to understand about Filipinos over here is they're patient. They'll just sit there and watch you. He said, but they're not afraid of us. He said, and once they run out of patience, you're in trouble. They'll kill you. But this guy, he's gone. W Secrets of Success. He's gone. He's not going to last over here. I told you the Bureau of Immigration Commissioner said, some of you don't even deserve to be in my country. He's talking about him. They consider him now as, persona non grata. He's out of here, man. He's lucky that them passengers didn't get off the bus and kick his butt. Because, when you're riding them buses, you want to get to where you're going. Oh, okay, he says, no, they're in the USA. I'm talking nobody. Oh, okay, past the belly button. Young guy was crushed by a forklift, amazingly survived. He's like 21. He's married now to his girlfriend. He has one arm. Well, hell, he probably got millions of dollars out of that. That's what she's with. Imagine that, that's some hideous stuff too. To be able to, but see, that's what I'm saying. My hat's off to his wife, Laura, because I'm not one of them types. If that happens to my woman, then guess what? I'm throwing her back. I don't want that. I don't care how good of a damn throat you got. I don't want half a woman Then I got to tie up her damn intestines every night and, soak her in bleach and all that old crazy stuff. Man, I'm not doing it. Okay, says the name is Lauren. Accident happened in Montana. They're an amazing young couple. Yeah, they would be amazing. I don't know. But if that ever happened to Marilyn, she'd just be, I sit her in that damn wheelchair, make sure she's comfortable, then I'm out of there. I'd be like, here, sit your ass right here. I'll be back. Hey, what's going on? He said from Singapore. It's funny, I ain't run across any stories from Singapore. Most of the stories I hear from Singapore is where the maid is stealing from the employer. It was just one in there a couple of days ago. Yeah, I'm telling the truth. If that ever happened to Marilyn, ain't no getting married. Okay, he ran the forklift. I don't give a damn how it happened. She could be an innocent bystander and get run over by a truck. If it cuts her in half and she lives, I'm going to sit her ass in that wheelchair. And that's going to be it. He said, I'm going to hell for laughing. No. What's she going to be, a damn sideshow? Everywhere we go, they're going to be watching. Everywhere we go, they're going to be looking at us. I mean, what? She going to look like a damn backpack on my back. A half a woman. Okay, he says, but Cal, what was the whole history behind him acting like that? Oh, okay, yeah, well, the bus, I think, might have, over here, they're going to, what do you call it when you ride real close to the bus, to the car, tailgate you. And, the bus here, they're going to blow that horn. Because that means get over so we can go past you. Because they're passing everything, I don't know, that's in front of them for some reason. They just do that over here. And this guy, he stopped the car and got mad. Hey, King Arthur, thanks for that super chat. He said, some BBWs can't even fit in a circus tent. Well, hell, that's what they look like with them damn big ass. Go on to YouTube and watch some of them old videos of Kate Smith and a lot of them singers back in the day, when they were big, they would just put a big dress on them to try to hide their shape. Yeah, he said just buy a pair of legs. No, I'm done with that, man. I'm not trying to be. You guys, man, y'all know that good and well if that happened to your woman, no matter how good she looked. You're not going to deal with that hideous looking stuff. And he says it's an amazing story. All he gets is a disability check. No money since it was his fault. They have a YouTube. I used to keep up with them more. Yeah, I bet he's sorry. What he running off to? What's he trying to? It's almost like committing suicide. Is that what he was doing? Trying to make the girl feel sorry or something? Edward Bland said, you telling the truth. If you say all this in America, they would lock you up. No, they wouldn't lock me up. I'm in the Philippines right now. No, they're not going to lock me up. But they would put them big dresses on them women, Gail Maplesden says the key word is life, aka living and not just existing. So is life worth dying for? Absolutely. You can get hit by a bus in the United States just as easy as you can in the Philippines. Well, we're saying there's no right or wrong answer to this question, Gail. We're asking you, is a new life overseas worth dying for? Because a lot of these people, they're innocents. All they wanted, most of them, like, what's her name? Benny Lynn Burke, the 25-year-old mother. She just wanted a better life for her and her 2-year-old daughter in Scotland. So she got there and she wanted love and romance. So she gets on the dating site, meets the guy, and he ends up killing her and the 2-year-old. That's what we're talking about. And sexually assaulting the 2-year-old. It's the weekend, man. He said there's an older brother that seems to have had a bad stroke. He has a YouTube channel, his Filipino wife. God bless that lady. I know it's hard for real. Yeah, it looks noble in person. But once they cut their camera off, man, not just them, but anybody that's dealing with something like that, it's a hard life. I'm going to pay somebody to take care of Marilyn if that happens to her, because I'm not going to do it. Ken Tang says, I feel that life is meaningless, by the way. I'm an anti-natalist, by the way. But now you all over our head. Yeah, I know he's talking about, but see, the problem is I don't get involved with them or anybody, really. Remember rule number 1, shut the fuck up and mind your own business. I mean, I don't give a damn what they going through over there, but I know when the lights is out, it's a different story. If you married to somebody like that who's disabled and can't take care of themselves, and you're just with them because you think God's going to get you if you leave, no, that's not going to happen. You can hire a babysitter and go do your thing and come back, Andrea Gomez says, when I, for now, Chaparrito now, they're going to order me, but I have self. But I'm a Filipino, but I'm going to sell. I don't know what he's talking about. Yeah, God bless him, yeah. He said, yes, David, I do not know why channels come into my feed. Christopher Reeve's wife, Dana, stood by him, and sadly, she died of lung cancer not too long after he passed from a wound infection. But we really don't know if she really stood by him. I mean, she's a woman. I mean, on camera and in person, she probably did. But remember, she's a woman. They can take sex. They can take it or leave it. She can get a damn, their sex toys are a lot more real than our sex toys. See? They haven't invented the perfect pussy yet, the toy pussy yet, because if they did, a lot of you women would be in trouble. But yeah, a woman, she could get away with that. But yeah, guys, they called it the honeypot murder. That's what they called it in Thailand. Yeah, that magic wand is dangerous. See, they can do that and get satisfaction out of it. We can't do it. I mean, they tried and tried. That's the only thing this magnificent man hasn't been able to produce. And that's, a realistic pussy, basically. Because if they did that, man, it would be almost like curing cancer. But until they do that, we're in big trouble. Yeah, he says sex bots are coming sooner than you think. Well, it doesn't matter. They can look good and do all of that, but if the pussy's not right, Black turned 34, they're going in the garbage. Are they going in the corner? And their mouth better be 98.6 degrees. If not, it ain't going to work. A damn robot going down on me with a cold ass mouth. I love a child. Says someone needs to get to work on that perfect toy. That's right. Yeah, it would. He said it'd be like curing cancer. It would if they ever did that. But it's not going to happen. expression of law, I says, yeah, I believe it's better to be dead and not know life than to be alive and not know why. We all need to discover that. Yeah, he said, we've accomplished more complicated things, to be honest. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Black Turn. Why won't they come up with this? Is it a conspiracy that they don't want? If you can send a damn robot to Mars, surely you can design a realistic pussy instead of the shit that's going around, this rubberized bullshit that they selling online and all that stuff. Yeah, that Autobot tune-up. Yeah, but you would think they could. A big fat Filipino life. What's going on? He said, "Hey, Cal, great channel. I'm still in the U.S. We'll be back by year's end. We'd love to meet and break bread. Thanks for the great info as always." Hey, thank you, man. I think you're living in Dumaguete. Yeah, he said, "Best believe the perfect sex bot is on the way." Well, it ain't taking too long. Yeah, you got to grow it. Something's going on. They're not going to be able to create that. Now, rubberized dick is okay. They had a lady over here. Okay, what's it called? Not a cassava, but the sweet potato, right? And she had the rubber on it and was pounding herself. And then she got greedy and took the damn rubber off, and the damn thing got stuck up in her. She got so excited, she let go of it and went up in and got stuck. She had to go to the doctor and get it taken out. Remember, I was telling y'all about my buddy who is a X-ray technician. Well, he's been over 30 years now. He's way beyond that now, but he said that was some of the funniest stuff that he would see. That men would show up in the emergency room talking about their stomachs hurting and everything, right? And they wouldn't tell the doctors what was wrong, and then they'll do the x-ray, and you'll see the damn dildo stuck up in their butt. He said one man had a damn, I don't want to say a mouse, a hamster. Whatever it is, a lot of those gays, they'll tie a string around the foot of the hamster or whatever and shove it up in their butt and let the hamster run around in there and get them off. Okay, but the string broke on this one and the damn hamster died up in the man's butt. But he didn't want to tell anybody, but they put the damn x-ray on there and there he was, a damn skeleton inside his butt. Hey, my big Filipino life, thanks for that super sticker. Yeah, it's true, man. I'm not lying. He says, nah, they'll use squid skin for the birth canal. I seen a documentary, it's close, calamari for the pooper. Yeah, it better be something. It better feel like a woman in there. Hey, Tobias Michaels, thanks for the super chat. He said, this Tom Young LaChan dude needs to learn respect. I'm reading your super chat, man, but those guys like that, man, they're weird. And I don't even pay them any attention. Yes, a gerbil. I'm sorry. That's what it is. A gerbil, guys. That's what it is. Like the Richard Gere rumor. Yeah, it's true, guys. They'll tie a string around there, shove it up their butt and let it run around in there. That's how they get off. He said, how common is malaria? It's not that common here. The big thing over here, Laura, is dengue. A dengue is what you really have to be on the lookout for. And that's only around standing water most of the time. Willie Fufu says, I heard those stories. I never seen anyone show up in the ER with that. Yeah, it showed up. That and a lot of times, the deal though, they just get so happy and they let their hand go and it goes up in there. And they have to go in there and remove it, surgically remove it. He's seen all kind of stuff like that. But is a new life overseas worth dying for, guys? Let's go down some of these cases again, because some of them are pretty bad. But I did want to repeat this statistic, because people always ask me, why don't I drive overseas? This is crazy, though. And I guess these numbers are kind of confusing because Thailand gets so many damn foreigners every year. But from January 1st, 2023 to February 15th, 2023, 75 foreigners died in road accidents in Thailand. In all of 2022, 551 foreigners died. Man, that's a lot of people. Laura says, my husband says dinghy, same thing. Kind of like a hurricane and a typhoon. Oh, yeah, commodity. That's what it was. I'm sorry. Gerald Wilkins. That's what it was, a commodity. Yeah, but that's a lot of people, right? So you're over there living your best life. You jump on that nice little new Honda Click and you get into an accident and die. A big-time Russian influencer, she was only 18. She became a millionaire on social media at the age of 15. She died over that on a damn motorcycle. But she was filming herself going 90 kilometers an hour and lost control, hit the median, and that was the end of that. Well, this is a good question. But really, you don't need any shots to come to the Philippines. Now, some people do get hepatitis A and B. It's another one that John was telling me that his doctor wanted him to get, but his insurance, I think it's Japanese encephalitis or something, and yellow fever or something, but you really don't need that over here, believe it or not. Yeah, Mr. Passport King said, I was just doing some reading. The Benny Lynn murderer guy had joined 34 dating sites. Damn. Yeah, he had no intentions on marrying this girl, dating her. His only intention was to kill her, and that's what he did. But the sorry bastard killed the little 2-year-old girl too. But here's one I haven't talked about, and y'all have heard about this in America, where the 28-year-old Gypsy Kalungi, she was last heard from March 20th, 2019. Her estranged husband was charged with first-degree murder, convicted, and given a life sentence. She met her husband online, moved to America for love and a better life. This is the guy in Colorado. Wasn't he in the army or something? But anyway, yeah, she was the last one I had on this list. They all were looking for a new life overseas and ended up dead. So I'm telling their story because they can't tell it. But it's many, many more stories. It would shock you to read all those stories. Larry Lindsay says, wow, my girlfriend friends. So my son now, they all want a black baby. He looks so good and strong. I don't know. It's just, now I heard just the opposite. Let me see. I think I was told it was Michael Beecher Life's girlfriend, a couple of more or something. They wanted a white baby. So I don't know. It just depends on what your preference is. I mean, that kind of stuff is so shallow to me. I just want a healthy baby. And once they get pregnant and the countdown starts, because I just had a niece that had a baby and he's got spina bifida or some form of it. See, that's all I want. Just make sure our baby's happy and healthy. All that color stuff, man, it's so shallow, man. It's just so cringy to me. It's 2023. It's not going to make your child any smarter, any more entitled. I don't know. Yeah. Dave Lee said that dude is not too bright and really just portrays black men as unintelligent. Yeah, I don't pay those guys any attention. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why do that? Why come all the way over here? I mean, if I showed up in English City, he's not going to do anything. I mean, what would he do? He just needs my name to get views. Look at his view count. But he chooses me because I'm an easy target. But that's okay. Let him have his fun. Remember, the universe is watching. Okay? I'm just letting you know the universe is watching. Dave Lee said, hello, bro, Cal. I just watched that interview with Paul in the Philippines, and an interview that he had with that black brother. The black brother was with that black brother. And the dude's not too bright and really just portrayed black men as unintelligent. Paul in the Philippines? What, Old Dog New Tricks? Which one? Who are you talking about? Hey, Rodney Woods, thanks for that super chat. Rodney Woods II, I'm sorry. What's an island you want to visit in the Philippines that you have not visited as of yet? I want to go to Puerto Galera. It's in Mindoro. I haven't been there yet. It's like the Boracay up there in Luzon. I'm not really they scared me about Palawan. Not the people who go, but the government has scared me, and just watching and reading about Palawan. I'm not really interested in going there, even though it's a beautiful place. It has one of the 8 wonders of the world there, that underground cave and all that. Most of the bad guys, that's where they get their people, from Palawan. So be careful when you're in those resorts close to the water, or you on a boat, which a lot of people watching my channel don't sail. But look at Palawan. It's situated right on that South Sulu Sea. And they'll get you from there, and they'll take you all the way back to Baziland. That's a long way. Oh, okay. This was just, he's talking about Gerard. Oh, okay. Because I don't think he did an interview with well, there's nothing. A lot of these guys, their channel is, it is what it is. I just think that I lose a lot of respect for people. If you're going to bring somebody on there spouting racial stuff with no facts or anything behind it, just let them talk for all those minutes. I lose respect for you. I'm sorry. Yeah. Robert Dame says, what's he talking about? That's what happens when an unrelenting force hits an immovable object. You can't suspend natural law. Oh, yeah. You're talking about those crashes. Derek Casanara says, Palawan can be dangerous for us. Yeah. While I was over here, y'all don't realize in 2011, and you can look it up if you don't believe me, the U.S. Navy had put SEALs in Palawan because they had got some information that the bad guys were going to start targeting Americans in Palawan. So they had Navy SEALs, special forces, disguised as tourists down there. And then they dismantled a ring that was going to happen. They were going to move it from Palawan to Bohol. They were going to start doing the same thing in Bohol. But the Filipino authorities and everything got wind of it. And they busted that up. Imagine, guys, going to Bohol. You would have never known. You there, man. You know, you're right there by that water. Boom, here they come on the boats. They got the guns. They get you. No, I'm one of the youngest. Laura. She said, Calvin, are you the longest YouTube American? No, in the Philippines. Absolutely. Nowhere near it. I think Old Dog New Tricks, he's been on 5 or 6 years, something like that. Oh, okay, yeah, he interviewed Gerard. Yeah, I know that. I didn't watch that either. Yeah, I'm not with the racial stuff either. Well, I'm going to tell you something. It's not so much, you know, don't be the first, guys. People get on here and say, oh, you ain't got to worry about it. If you're black, those people aren't going to kidnap you. Okay. Don't be the first, man. Is all I'm saying. I'm just putting the information out there. There's a reason why I'm not really all in love with going to Palawan. Look it up, man. Most of the damn kidnappings happen there. And they take them from over there. The very first one that got news in the West was in 2001. Look that up. Where it was 20 Germans and there's like 20 people. I know most of them were Germans. But there's a couple of Americans. They ended up killing the American guy. They kept him for a long time. Victor Gillen says, hey, Cal, love your show, your boots on the ground. You give the nitty gritty, but kind of sugarcoated one thing. American women are no good. No, I didn't sugarcoat that. I didn't. I just said that they don't want me. I don't have a problem with American women. My mother was an American woman. I've got 4 daughters, but they don't like me. So, you know, I don't like them, really. He said, oh, no, I can't do much. That's the YouTube algorithm. If you watch any channel that resembles mine, YouTube is going to push the other ones in front of you, too. D. Hicks says, hey, Cal, did that area in the Philippines a few years ago that got devastated by a typhoon ever recover? They have, man. The resilience of the Filipino people is amazing. And you will be amazed if you go to Cloven. And you'll see how they rebuilt that city. And they're still building. But it's sad because you can see the watermarks. I mean, everybody you talk to was affected by that. One lady told me every family knew somebody. I had somebody. Because the news will tell you 6,000 or 7,000 people. She said it out of her mouth, a Filipina. She said, Calvin, it's about 25,000 people that died. Derek Casanova says, I was going to Palawan, but I was told to stay away from the resorts. Yeah, you have to be real careful. When you go there, I mean, as long as you stay around a lot of people, you should be okay. I wouldn't stay anywhere near the water like that. He says, maybe I should start a YouTube channel, but I'm too raw and uncut for this kind of stuff. I have no chill, absolutely none. Yeah, you would do good after a while, you know, and then the thing is, if you got thick skin, you can last because they're going to come after you, man. You know, I've been on here long enough. I said, well, hell, I should have earned my troll wings by now. I mean, but they still making videos about me. But I've learned to ignore them. That's the best thing you can do. See, the greatest revenge is success. As long as you continue to grow and you continue to help people and become a force, man, that makes them angrier than anything. But if you allow them to run you off, then see, that's a problem. See, and I hope I'm wrong, but I'm thinking something happened to those two traveling expats like that. I'm thinking somebody got into their comments or their email and made them say like, hey, this ain't even worth it. We're going back to our quiet life. Leave us alone, because they're ornery, man. It's a lot of ornery people on this YouTube, man. And they'll try to scare you. The guy who died not too long ago, he used to write me just some nasty emails, man. But the minute I see him, I just deleted him. I didn't pay him no attention. And then, I deleted him and banned him from my channel so many times. He keep making new channels coming on there, And it's best that, that's why I ask people, don't send me that stuff, because what I don't know won't hurt me, man. They know where I am. I don't hide. Who's the most transparent guy on YouTube over here? Me. People know where I live. I've got a subscriber coming over here now who's going to stay in the guest house. I don't hide anything. I told you where I live in Sicky Hall. But I was told that by one of my subscribers that came here, he said that I thought old dog New Tricks lived in Valencia. He said, no, Paul moved because he didn't want people to know where he lived. He didn't want people coming up knocking on his door. And that's, that's his prerogative, But I'm not like that, because I got phase 5 over here. I got all the way up to phase 5 up here. Well, it's not in Zamboanga. It's actually in Cebu. It's actually in Naga City. She said, Calvin, can you give us an update on the status of your housing project in Zamboanga? I know I spelled that wrong. No, you actually spelled Zamboanga right, but it's not in Zamboanga. It's in Naga City. And we're started on the third house because, I haven't really had time to really do it the way I need to do it. But we've completely finished 2 houses. It's 4 houses we're building. It was 1 year ago when, a little bit over a year when Odette, but it's about a year when I decided I was going to rebuild up there, because those are my sons. That's my son's family up there. That's his aunties and uncles. The first brother, he made me mad because I made a budget, we did, of 50,000 pesos for each house. But he took the 50,000 and did what he wanted to do with it. He gonna make his bigger because he said, "Oh, I'm gonna add to it." What are you gonna add to it? I said, so now, it took him so much longer, and then his family's basically still living outside because he didn't want to follow the directions. So I told the sister, I said, look, if you mismanage 1 peso of this, I'm never coming back up here. And she built it, and I put it on my community page. I put some more. It's a nice house, man. That's why I'm going to show y'all what 50,000 pesos can do. You don't have to spend 5 million, 10 million, It's just how it is. What do you mean Citibank is good over there? You mean like a credit card? I had a Citibank credit card. All of them work in the ATM machine. Yeah, I've been watching this here lately. Doing WW2, the Japanese winning the Dumageddon. I've been watching that, and it's real interesting how the Philippines looked. It was so Americanized prior to the Japanese coming in. Then while the Japanese were here, and really the Philippines is just trying to do the best they can now that they're, autonomous, because America, we dropped so many bombs on the Philippines, on Manila, trying to get the Japanese to surrender. He said, Calvin, do you receive threats of banning from other fields watching your channel? The Jasper talked about these types of problems with having a channel. No, because see, my channel is not geared, my content is not geared toward Filipinos. My content is geared toward foreigners, men and women who've never been here. I don't really have a lot of Filipinos who watch my channel, and I do that on purpose because even though they speak English, they're going to misinterpret what you're saying 100% of the time. I mean, it's just going to do it, and they may take a compliment and think that you're putting them down. So I don't gear my content to them, but I haven't had any problems. But my problems come from Americans and Westerners, mainly Americans, Canadians, because we're the only ones who think like that. We're the only ones who are ignorant like that. And say, oh, if I can't have a successful YouTube channel, neither can you. Or, whatever it is. But that's just how it is. Yeah. So my problems come from the West. Filipinos love me over here because I give back. They know I'm a good neighbor. They know that ever since I've been here, I've lived around the locals. I don't think I'm any better than them. Certainly not any worse. I'm just right there with them. And they can feel that. They know that I'm sincere about that. I was watching where they're about to give that guy, well, he was on CNN Philippines today. What's his name? Becoming Filipino. He's they're about ready to give him they got it in Congress or the Senate right now to make him a Filipino citizen. I don't watch a lot of his content. I don't know what he does to deserve that, but I have to say bravo to him. He must be doing a lot over here, whatever he's doing. Would I love to have something like that? Absolutely. Hey, Eric, he said, Calvin's on YouTube has made me want to visit the Philippines. Man, that's a big compliment because that's really what I want to do. There's a big interest in the Philippines here lately, and I think it has to do a lot with the pandemic. The pandemic really, not so much the pandemic, but the lockdowns. We were taking life for granted. We were taking our freedom for granted. And I just believe that now people aren't second guessing themselves anymore. If they want to go somewhere, they're going. And really, the Philippines is like the undiscovered place over here. People go to, you hear a lot about Vietnam, Cambodia, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand. And now they're saying, well, let me check out the Philippines. Let me see what it's about. And what I wanted to do was just to try to get rid of a lot of those myths about how dangerous it is, how worn down the place is, and all of that. But I'm going to give you the 360. I'm not just going to give you the sugary stuff because, to be honest with you, that's the reason I started doing it and doing more of the other side, because I felt I was in cahoots with the scammers, with the pedophiles, with the abusers. Because if all I'm going to do is talk about the sugary stuff, I'm enticing them types to come over here. How easy it is with the women and all that. See, I've got to tell the real story. Otherwise, I could be a danger for somebody over here. Because these women are literally playing Russian roulette when they get online. We're not, really. We're not. Because we're dating the Philippines. The Philippines is dating the world. She don't know what she's going to get. We may lose a couple of $100, maybe get our heart broken or something like that. That's all. Yeah, I think he's going to get that, and that he's a Canadian, by the way. And I think if he's the first one, they may do somebody else. They may start doing that. They may start looking at people because obviously somebody nominated him for that. Hey, Sean Stratso said, greetings, Cal. You get so many responses and questions flooding your video, but I just wanted to thank you for that help that you had given me. Oh, you're welcome, man. I appreciate it. That's all I'm on here for. Dude, what's this? Oh, Duel and May says, My Filipino girlfriend is more attracted to other nationalities than Filipino men. Now that, I don't know about that. I don't know how, she may be now, but one of the main reasons, guys, that Filipinos love Filipino men, other than the fact that they're like every other woman around the world, they want somebody who's just like them. Is they really know these horror stories. They just don't talk about them. They really know the risk involved with dealing with foreign men. And then some of them don't know what you're going to get. They don't want to take that chance. They know what they're going to get in a Filipino man. When they stick their hand in that cesspool and pull out something, they don't know what they got. Sometimes it's too late. But to say that she loves more nationalities, I don't know, man. You let the right Filipino man, she hasn't met the right Filipino man. That's all. That's all it is. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I probably would get along better with an American woman because we have so much in common. I mean, I was with my wife for 18 years. It's a long time. So I don't know. It could be true, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I don't get into that kind of stuff. That stuff's subjective. You know, when a woman starts talking like that, I'm like, okay. You just got to believe it. Hey, Real Talk with Paul says, I'm going to have to come and see you, my brother. I'm living here now, me and my son, about getting medical insurance and opening up a bank account. Yeah, well, see, I don't sell insurance anymore. I tell you, the guy who does, his name is Michael Onstad, Onstad, and he knows everything about what you need to know about health insurance over here. Now, bank account, I can help you with that. You have to be here at least 59 consecutive days and then have that ACR card in your hand. And then you can go to apply for a bank account. It's going to be hit and miss. Some of them won't let you do it, but some of them will. John told me, he said, go to the PNB Bank here. And they did. You know, they vet you, though. They put you through the ringer. And now it's the best bank I've ever had. Laura says, I just wanted to find a man who eats fish heads, puts panso on his feet. What's this? Who is this? Hold on, guys. Who is that, huh? Somebody's coming. And speaks a language I do not understand and watches tons of soccer. It's fun. Also, that's what you got now, the guy from Africa. Okay, yeah. He said after 6 years, I thought you said 5. My girlfriend is Norman. Our marriage there is arriving this September. Well, the best of luck to you, man. Best wishes to both of you. Glenn and the Philam fam says 2 weeks and me and my Filipino wife and daughter will be in McCollum. That's not too far from here. You're about two hours from me. Hey, what's going on? $90,000. Cedric Giles said, thanks for introducing Q Adventures here. His channel is named appropriately. That guy's nose is hell, but he does some nice vlogs. Yeah, he's a great guy, believe it or not. He's helping a lot of people, man. He's got a great deal over there. He's, he moved into a bigger place, and I think he's he's doing 2 rooms, Airbnb. You know, you got your own bathroom, television, aircon, everything, hot and cold water. I think it's only like $10 a day, guys. You can't beat that. And especially when you just get over here off the plane, you're tired. He's right by the airport. And then he's got the motorcycles if you brave enough to get on there. He said, are they still buffing the floor with a coconut? Real talk. No, they use a wash rag, most Filipinos. And they do a damn good job. You can look at my towels, but I don't know why they do it like that. They don't use a mop over here. They use a rag with their feet. And they go, from side to side, back to back. Oh, he said, man wants a mixed baby too. Yeah, because they see that most of the stars over here, they're mixed, the real big stars, but not all of them. Okay, Daniel Padilla, I don't think he's mixed. Vice Gardner's not mixed, but a lot of the men and women, Ann Curtis, she's mixed. A lot of the big, any advantage that you got over here, you have to use it. And having fair skin is an advantage over here. But it used to be the same way for black people in America. So it's nothing new to me. James Ned Sex, Cal, do places over there allow you to Airbnb a room or a guest house if you have extra space? Well, see, this is something that I learned from Q Adventures. Not really. You can do it, but you better have the right business license. See, he's got a business license, but he said he had to change it or something. He had some problems because they were watching him evidently. And they found out, they said, hey, we see a lot of foreigners. Are you renting your rooms out Airbnb? I don't think you're able to do that. But I don't think that. I think you could do it. I don't know if it would be legal. But if you got the right business license, of course you could. Get in your girlfriend's name. Hey, old Saw, I said, Cal, my brother, you're both a blessing and inspiration. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you, man. I'm looking for this guy. He's supposed to be here. Him and his girlfriend. He says it's okay if he brings his girlfriend. And of course it is. That guest house is for two people. It's just like a hotel room, really. Got everything but hot water, but you don't need hot water. The longer that water sets in that lines, the better it's going to be whenever he decides to take a shower. We went to the gym last night, and I guess we got home about 5 o'clock. I got in there at 5:30, man. It was just a warm shower. It's not hot. It's not hot. Victor Gillen says, I'm a retired veteran. Can I get my medicine directly from Army facility in the Philippines? Well, there's a VA clinic in Manila, and then the foreign medical program that you have to sign up for. And I'm pretty sure, just like he said, Wayne Mitchell says there's a VA place in the embassy, appointments only. Yeah, you got to sign up for both of them. Okay, Dark Sider said, let's face it, most people thinking about moving to the Philippines are playing a fantasy disco in their heads. Come here to see if you can handle conditions as tourists first. PH is a graveyard of broken expats. Well, it's really not. It's not a graveyard of broken expats. That's not true. But it is true what you say is come here and see if you can handle conditions. Remember, I tell you that just because the Philippines isn't for you doesn't make it a bad place. No place is a utopia. But the people who love it here, they love it here. You either love the Philippines or you hate it. There's no in between. I've never heard somebody say, the Philippines is okay. You either love it or you hate it. That's just how it is. And I love it. I've been here, man. I mean, and people that find their niche over here, there's no better place over in Southeast Asia. Once you learn the ups and downs, the ins and outs, man. Remember, I tell you, they give you a piece of clay and you can mold the lifestyle that you desire out of that piece of clay. I still got a lot of clay left. But that's some good advice there, to be honest with you. You have to come over here to see if it's for you, basically. But I guarantee you can come over here and have a great vacation. Living here is a totally different thing. But if you get with the right people, if you get with this community, we can guide you through the minefield. But y'all don't want to do it. Here's what we do. We come over here. We isolate. We try to be secretive. And we try to do things on our own and end up losing out. My buddy Tony just left. He's back in America. He spent $30,000, man. There's no way you should spend that kind of money in 2 months over here. He said he spent actually 20,000 US dollars in the Philippines, 10,000 before he came, paying his bills and stuff because he knew he was going to be here. Far too much money to spend over here. That's a lot of money. But that's what the community, if you want to use the community, we can show you where the nicest places are. Whatever level of budget you have, we can show you the places to stay away from. We can give you tips on how to save money. We can tell you about the patience that's required over here. Remember, let me give you my 10 commandments before I get off here because I got about 3 minutes. Here's the 10 commandments for staying alive overseas. I made them for the Philippines, but they'll help anywhere. Number 1 is shut the fuck up and mind your own business. They are the people's business over here, man. It's enough to take care of your own life. You can't live somebody else's life. Okay? Number 2 is keep a low profile. As an American, as a vlogger, as a foreigner, look, you already got enough attention. Don't bring more attention on you playing your music loud, having a big fancy motorcycle, car, jewelry, flashing money. Don't do that, guys, over here. Don't argue with the locals. You can't win an argument here. They don't argue over here. You may think you won the argument till you go pick up your newspaper and then they gun you down. Don't lend money. Don't borrow money. I mean, don't do it. If you're going to give somebody some money, then just give it to them. Don't lend it to them. Because more than likely, you're not going to get it back. Okay? And you see what happened to the man, the American. The Australian friend killed him. He owed him $500,000, so he killed him. That's cheaper to kill you. But don't lend or borrow money over here, guys. You know, one of Maryland's friends owes us 10,000 pesos right now from last year. I don't care. I don't, you know, when I gave it to Maryland because I did it on the strength of Maryland. This was one of her clients. You know, it was like I gave it to him because I knew there's a good chance I'm not going to get that back. Keep your circle small. You can socialize all you want. Go out, have a good time, barbecue and stuff like that. But keep your private information private to an only small group of people. And you got to trust somebody. Something may happen. They may need access to your ATM or, you know, where are your important documents, but make that small. A lot of the problems we have over here are inside jobs. We've hired the wrong people. We allowed the wrong people through those doors. Yeah. Don't be a playboy or a playgirl. They don't play that stuff over here. Remember, if you hurt the wrong person's feelings over here, it could be trouble for you. They certainly gonna make your life trouble. If you got a woman and she loves you, she done bent over backwards, gave her everything to you, and you want to leave her, or you screwed around and broke her heart, you might as well leave the Philippines, man. She's gonna make your life miserable over here until you can get her to calm down. Don't use or deal drugs, man. I'm not even going to elaborate on that, but there was a guy snuck some weed over here. Like, dude, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Go to Thailand if you want to smoke weed. No land disputes. Whenever you hear about people getting killed over here, there's land somewhere involved. So be careful if you want to buy your girlfriend a lot to build a house on. Make sure it's clear. See, that's a good thing I like about Maryland. See, that's her business. That's part of her business. She knows how to do all of that. And before we put one hollow block down, we want to make sure it wasn't going to be no trouble. Don't be in direct competition with locals. You see what happened to the American down in Marlborough? He's going to go in direct competition. He's going to have a resort that's in direct competition with the mayor's resort. That didn't end well. He ended up getting killed. But don't come to the Philippines and open up a hot dog shop next to the hot dog shop that's been operating here for 10 years. You're asking for trouble. Yeah, is it legal? Yeah, as long as you got the right visa and documents and everything. But is it smart? No, it's not smart. Keep your mouth shut about politics, religion, and some other guy added finances. That's the 10 Commandments, man, right there. Yeah, go over there and smoke weed, man, if you want to get high. Don't come over to the Philippines because I can't tell you what they're going to do to you. More than likely, you're going to be in jail for a long time if you make it to jail. But they don't play about drugs over here, man. You're not in Florida. What's he telling me? You gave money to Maryland. No, what I did was Maryland, if you listen, guys, because y'all don't listen. A friend of Maryland's, one of her clients, asked to borrow $10,000. This lady's got a business. She said, hey, can I borrow? Do you have $10,000 I can borrow? She asked Maryland, knowing Maryland don't have a damn peso. She's basically asking me. I did it for Maryland because, Maryland, she has a good, connection with her clients and stuff. So I said, here, but I knew there was a chance we wasn't going to get it back. But I didn't want to put Maryland in that position where Maryland turns the lady down and may need the lady somewhere down the line where the lady hasn't paid us back. But I told Maryland, don't even worry about it. The universe is watching. I'm sure it's cost her more than $10,000. He says it's hotter in Florida, but he says it's hotter in Florida, but the humidity is similar. No. Y'all get a break in Florida, man. Come on, guys. Let's stop having these discussions, okay? It's hot all year round here. The humidity is crazy here sometimes. But he said I gave Maryland money in Maryland. Why not, guys? That's the mother of my daughter. If I'm going to give anybody some money, it should be her, right? If you really want, okay, it's a flip side to dealing with single mothers over here. Number one, don't ever mistreat a woman in front of her children, man. I don't give a damn what you do. Don't ever do that. And if you want to raise your approval ratings with her children, then you love on that woman in front of her children. You show her love, and I guarantee you, man, you're not going to have any problems. But if you mistreat a woman in front of her kids, man, you're going to have problems, man. That's the two things I do over here. Yeah. He said, it seems like the best thing to do is partner with locals in business and employ locals. Do not be the face and be hands off as much as possible. See, that's great advice right there. You've got to go in a partnership with a local anyway. You can only own 40% of the business. Okay, but I would do something where I'm back in the scenes and they don't see me, because you have to understand one thing that I like about Filipinos over here, because they really don't have a choice. It's like when I was growing up. Filipinos spend money with Filipinos, man. There's all these sorry stores, they're run by Filipinos. Most of these businesses up and down these streets, They're owned by Filipinos, man. You know, you may have the bigger malls and bigger stores where there's corporations and foreigners involved, but for the most part, man, in these little barangays and communities, they're spending with each other. But if you poke your big head ass out there and they say, oh, he owns that business for real. That's not little Maria's business, that's his. They're not going to spend one penny with you, 1 peso with you. I've seen it. When we lived in Malawi, this foreigner came, him and his Filipino girlfriend, he opened up this elaborate sorry store, right? But everybody knew it was his. They wouldn't spend not 1 peso with him. He went out of business. Dude, they in the bag. Don't let them see that you anywhere in the picture. You can forget it. You can forget that. Elect says, Cal, remind the people to click the thumbs up in case they're just listening. Thank you. He said, YouTube shows Filipinos jails, don't go there. I'm trying, you dirty puppy, Clegg, he's trying to work his magic and get me in to interview in jail, to interview somebody he knows in there. Okay? But it hasn't happened yet. Excuse me, I don't think it is. Joseph said, would it be better to rent a car, scooter, boat versus buying? Well, if you're going to live here, scooters are pretty reasonable. But as far as I would rather rent a car. Car's expensive here. And then, okay, remember, at the end of the day, we all go home. You sell that car, you're not going to get anything near what you paid for it. A car's a big investment over here. I would say rent the car, buy the scooter, rent the boat. Scooters aren't that expensive. We was looking at one the other day, not to buy, but we were making a payment on our other motorcycle. And we saw one, it's only like 60,000 pesos. It was a Honda too. I think it was 125 or something. Yeah, me too, man. I sweat profusely. Calvin, some of these guys really need to go back to grown-up life school. I'm married almost 38 years through the good and anything else. I treat her good. She takes care of me. Yeah, that's usually what happens. You're very fortunate, to be able to stay with somebody for 38 years. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some good and bad, Living with another human being is probably the hardest thing that we'll ever have to do. It's difficult, man. Dealing with their emotions, their moods. If she's unhappy, then the whole house is going to be unhappy. Well, I guess there's ways around that. I really envy you, man, because, I don't get a kick out of being with all those women. It may sound good, but it's really not. She said we need 7 likes, y'all. Let's get them up. But yeah, guys, I'm going to get off of here. I actually got to go work out at this new gym. Even though they don't raise the price for these trainers, it's still cheap. They want 200 pesos a day for a fitness trainer. And as long as I'm in St. Carlos, I'm going to use them because I know they need the money. So I've got a 1 p.m. appointment. Because I'm really getting in shape, man. Remember I made that video some time ago. I'm going to walk every day. Well, I just took it to a whole other level. Now I didn't get addicted to it again. I don't ever want to stop. And when I think it's time for me to show the final results, I'm going to do it. But okay, guys, thank y'all so much for your super chats, your super stickers, all your thumbs up. Protect yourself, man, when you come overseas, man. I don't care if you're on vacation. Certainly if you're going to live here. Know it's Hey guys, I got to get off here. I want to apologize. I think we're having some type of brownout or something. Take care, everybody.